It's time to go live at Ellucian Live 2022 in Denver, Colorado, April 10th through 13th at the Denver Convention Center. Discover the innovative solutions, transformative insights, and strong connections to help you lead through change. Register at Ellucian.com/Ellucian Live and catch Elvin and I recording on site live. We can't wait to see all of you. It's time. Welcome back, everybody. It's your time to EdUp on the EdUp Experience podcast, where we make education your business. I have to tell you, ladies and gents, whenever I can get a top tenor back, what is a top tenor? A top tenor is one of our top wait a minute, let me see if I can say this right. This is how on my game I am today. We have 10 episodes that have more downloads than all the rest, and I have one of my guests today that has, I think she's a top 3 in total downloads ever. And it has nothing to do with me and everything to do with her. She just crushed it on her last episode that she was here. I don't know how many hundreds of episodes that was because we're on 407. So it was probably in the 200 somewhere. I have to go back and look. When I introduce her, you'll know who she is because she's got a lot of influence and she's doing a lot of cool things. And she's got a great pair of glasses on right now, which are super stylish. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Her name is Laura Ipsen. She's CEO of Ellucian. Yeah. That's what I have to say, Laura.
Hey, Joe. I'm great. And listen, you scared me at first when you said top tenor because I thought you were going to ask me to sing. So
wrong.
No. Well, now that you bring it, let me think. Now that you bring it up, Laura, because I didn't bring it up, you did. You brought it up.
No.
Okay. How are you?
I am doing great, and just super excited to talk with you about what's next with Ellucian. As you know, we have new partners, owners with Blackstone and Vista, and we are mobilizing for Ellucian Live, which is one of the topics we'd love to talk to you about, but just really excited to be here with you today.
Amazing.
You've had a few cool things going on lately. Of course, eLive in Denver, Colorado, April 10th through 13th. Ladies and gentlemen, get your tickets. The EdUp Experience will be there live and in person because of Laura's generosity to bring us on site. Fearing that we might embarrass her, she still took the risk on us. But we are so excited to be there. This conference is going to be off the charts exciting. Why is eLive, Ellucian Live, such an important event for Ellucian and for higher education right now? Coming on the down slope, dare I say, knock on your wood. This is me knocking on it, if you could hear it, that we're on the downside of a pandemic.
Yeah, and let's all, hope and pray that is the case. This is all about bringing a community together to inspire, to showcase the future, and to learn from each other, because after all, higher education, Ellucian, we're all about learning, and we're also about innovating for the future. And I think COVID's taught us a lot. So as we all gather in Denver, the Mile High City, we're going to think a mile high on the topics of the future, show our wonderful institutions and our partners and many other thought leaders what higher education is all about and the technology that enables it. So Joe, we've gone all out on amazing panel discussions, product updates, peer-led sessions so we can learn from each other, and then some really cool executive and special guests this year.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's very exciting. I'm going to keep that button handy here, Laura, as you're getting excited. The higher ed landscape has been in flux, right? I mean, embracing technology, pandemic, students disappearing, students coming back. There's been so much fluctuation. And I think as administrators, let me speak for every administrator. I would, of course, never do that. But as administrators, there's just like, okay, what do we do first? What do we do next? And data is one of the most important things that can guide our decision. How does Ellucian help schools? And what do you think how data will be embedded within presentations and the agenda at eLive?
Well, data is going to be everywhere. It really is the kind of the fundamental building blocks that holds everything together. It's about information, but what we find is while we're kind of swimming in the data, many of our institutions are starving for knowledge. And so as we've launched the Ellucian Experience platform, mobilizing customers to the cloud, now over 1,200 of our customers are in the cloud. You're going to see, everything that we do talking about insights and taking insights to impact. So across the, close to 500 sessions, which is going to be hybrid this year, right? So we'll have several thousand and probably nearly half of our institutions will be there in person, but then hybrid. These discussions around data and insights and having impact are at the core of what eLive is all about this year. It's about the transformation, modernization. Why? Because it's about having that impact that every institution wants to have for their students to create better experiences and better experiences for their administration and faculty too.
You know what's interesting of what you just said? I feel like, at least for me, in over the last couple of years, the situation we've all been living in has made me realize sometimes the data that I didn't know as much as the data that I did know. Institutions, we track things, we get used to tracking things, then all of a sudden you start going, oh, wait a minute, we have to look at this now, and we've never had to look at this before. And how do we track that? And how do we, track a gap year when we weren't tracking it before? And then you look at a system like Ellucian, and you wonder about product updates. You wonder about how the product evolves with the changing nature of the industry. I would guess, and you're going to tell me if I'm right or wrong, that so much about what's going to be discussed is about how the product is evolving to serve the needs of higher ed.
It is, and what many will see, and they know it's coming, is that our conference brings together a user community with thought leaders and partners. So we listen to our customers. We see the challenges in higher education, and our product and our product roadmap and really solutions, Joe, are all led with those insights, are all about creating the opportunities to manage, to produce solutions that have impact on the goals of the institutions that we serve. So that's what you're going to hear and see, and not just from Ellucian, but it's going to be peer-led sessions, the best of the best, sharing what they've learned, how they're having impact, and how to take those insights in the data and act. Because listen, higher education is no different from the private sector. Many of the private sector would raise their hands and say, we have a lot of data, we just don't know what to do with it. We want to help institutions through capabilities that include dashboards to make things easier with the Ellucian Experience itself, not just our platform, but the product to serve up those insights in a simple way. A lot of what you're going to hear about is how do we simplify the world's complex and chaotic. Institutions have a lot in their hands. There's been so much complexity with learning going hybrid. Our whole goal is to create wonderful user experiences and make it simple. We don't need to introduce more complexity into higher education. We need to make it easier for students to learn, for administrators to get their jobs done, and for faculty to teach in whatever mode that they need to as we move through COVID and discover what's next.
Oh God, it's so insightful, because I'm going, wow, we really do like to embrace complexity in higher education.
We do.
We love it. We like committees, and we like, flow charts where 27 people have to weigh in on something, and you go, is it ever going to happen? Oh yeah, they're going to meet about it in August, and it's only January. And so we like to wait. And it's funny because technology companies like Ellucian that try to speed us up, it's like sometimes we do everything we can to slow you back down again. But you do have examples, I would guess, of high-performing, fast-moving institutions that are serving students in a way today where everything is 24/7. 24/7 this, you go Netflix is 24/7. We give all these examples. We always give these examples of Netflix and Amazon, and everybody goes, oh yeah, but is that really possible? But if you look at everything that we do, I mean, banking, and you don't even need to go to inside the store at a Walmart anymore. Just drive up, and everything is when you need it. How much does the student's needs come into product development, and how much is it wrapped around the student instead of it wrapped around the university and our complexity in what you guys do in your daily operations?
Joe, I would say that's changing. And if there's a little bit of silver lining, every president, institution I'm talking with really want to understand what the student needs are. one of the things that we see for students is in their well-being are things like mental health issues. How are they embracing the community, the financial issues of students? And more institutions are working to figure out how do they better serve students? How do they become more predictive around students' needs? Why? Because it's painful when a student drops out. And the technology is there to help and solve for that, to get ahead of the issues, and really to do more to celebrate students and their success by solving those tough issues. So I would say, what we are doing with our product is we listen and learn with customers. We talk with students. Our UX team, led by Sonia Khan, sits down and her team goes and we meet with students and we collaborate to understand how do we create the best experience for those students, and how does that map into how faculty and administration can communicate better with students. It's a topic I'm passionate around, what happens with students and their well-being, be able to get to school. It's the reason that we bought Campus Logic. It's really at the core. 86% of students don't have financial aid of some sort, but think about the students that never get it. We've got to put the students first. That's actually the title of Dr. Paul LeBlanc's book. I'm going to advertise for him. Spectacular read.
Just had him on episode 400.
Oh, wonderful. Well, it's fantastic. And I think more and more the product and the solutions are there for the entire community, but putting students first. That's what makes the whole institution successful. So we're really excited to show more on stage and celebrate those leaders. I'm not going to give you all the main stage participants.
Wait a second. You're not going to tell us all the details here live on the EdUp Experience?
You'll see it on the website, and you got to go to Ellucian.com /Ellucian Live, because I want everyone to register. If you can't make it to Denver, we understand it's going to be hybrid. We've got close to 100 sessions that are going to be webcast, so you can see those. We are tracking, helping people with their persona focused track, so you can really discover Ellucian the way you want to. So getting much more personalized in terms of our approach, because we do believe that the world moving forward will be hybrid. And the great part about that is it allows more of our wonderful community to participate in the shared learnings, to discover, and to build on the success of what we have with our customers. So that's the most exciting part.
I agree with you, but I gotta say, I'm gonna advocate for coming in person.
Oh, me too.
I'm just like, I'm like, first of all, Denver's beautiful. I lived there for 17 years. It's one of the most beautiful cities on earth. It's clean. The weather's amazing. You're gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. I mean, don't get left behind by not coming.
Joe, thank you. Denver is wonderful. I cannot tell you how excited we are to be in person again. We'll have several thousand in person. We're hoping that the Governor Polis, will be there. He wants everyone to come to Denver too. Yeah. Wonderful place to be. But we also understand one thing. Some of our institutions are restricted from travel. Some don't have the budget to participate. Some will send a few in person, then others in a hybrid form. So we want to make sure that we are embracing every opportunity to reach all the important leaders in higher education at a critical time, because we've learned through the pandemic. Now what we have to do is activate those learnings for impact. And that's what eLive this year is all about. It's really about this shared experience for community. What we're saying, Joe, is that we are delivering the future now. It's for higher education. And as our industry, it is now for the students, and it's now for all of the community that we serve. If we don't get higher education right, we impact the future of jobs. And that's why it's so important to build this ecosystem of learning and sharing, and then do something with it. So I want to see everyone in person. I miss that contact. And whether it's in Denver or I'm out to many of these institutions in the US and around the world, it's just a wonderful time to be supporting and serving higher education.
Wait, well done. Totally dismantling and then rebuilding my totally insensitive statement about coming in person. Well done, Laura. That was fantastic work. I almost couldn't tell what I said. I was like, oh, wow, she's so good. But truly, we want, an event like this.
You didn't give me that, like that sound effect that you have there, the gong, or like the.
How about this one? Yikes! Yeah,
okay, that's good. That's good. Well, listen, I want to also I am going to share a few things. Number one, Joe, this is Ellucian's 10th year anniversary.
Whoa.
So this is a really special event, and we're going to have some special guests and announcements.
Fire.
So, you got to be there. we are we're excited to share, and we've announced this, that Aaron Sorkin, Academy Award winner, director and writer, renowned playwright, will be there. You guys all know him from The West Wing, A Few Good Men, Molly's Game, many others. So super cool. I think Aaron would like some sound effects. Okay,
He's gonna get them.
very good. Now, I am going to have the honor to have a fireside chat with Viola Davis, actor, producer, philanthropist. She was the first Black actress to win a Tony, Oscar, and Emmy. Now, I didn't want to use the acronym TOE, but Tony, Oscar, and an Emmy.
I think it's isn't it the Grand Slam of acting? I think it's the Grand Slam.
Grand Slam, the toe slam. But no, I'm just making that up. But listen, I cannot think of a more like unbelievably talented actor. And, you know, she's, you know, I love her for everything that she's done. How to Get Away with Murder, absolutely. Ma Black Bottom, Fences, The Help.
Wow.
I mean, guys, like, what an amazing leader she is in the community and a philanthropist. So I can't wait to meet her. And
if for some reason you get sick and you can't interview her,
Joe, you're going to be on stage.
I'll be happy to step in for you.
I know you'll have to arm wrestle a few others, but everyone is so excited to see her and grateful that she's going to be with us in Denver.
That's incredible. Anything else? Well, let me ask you this. Let me hear you love on your staff just a little bit, because you can't pull something like this off without incredible detail, incredible passion. And we all work in higher education. And so sometimes we, you know, get on a keynote stage, Laura, you, myself, others, but there's 40 people that culminate in order for any one of us to step on a stage like that.
Yeah, Joe, thank you so much, because it is truly about all of us. Our team, our communications team. I mean, Lindsay's here with us today. Our marketing team, amazing. You know, Megan Jordan on our team, and so many others that are supporting our customers, right? The institutions that we serve, they are there to support us in all of these sessions. And then just the wonderful events organizations that work with us every year. I mean, we are just stoked to be back together. And our board, you know, so many folks that bring this together that I am just super grateful to. It's not easy when you're planning things and you're not in person. We're using all the tools that we can, but we hope that this is the best, most inclusive Ellucian Live ever. And just again, incredibly thrilled to be in Denver at this moment. When we see the challenging geopolitical events and issues in the Ukraine, we are working to do our best as Ellucian to give back there. You know, many of our institutions have students that are from the Ukraine or families that are impacted. So it's a very tough time, and we've got to make sure to celebrate, but then also remember that there are those that aren't able to celebrate because, you know, their lives are at risk right now. So we are going to do our best to make sure that as we think about learning in the future, that it's inclusive, that it doesn't see boundaries, and that it gives every student opportunity to live their best lives and to learn and help us build a stronger future.
Once you get by the geopolitical atmosphere that's going on and things settle down in the future, which they will, you start to realize how important education becomes to rebuilding things, rebuilding countries, literally.
It is, and we got to get ahead of it as we go through this. But as my favorite mentor, John Chambers from Cisco, who I grew up with, said, education is the great equalizer in life. And I see that happening every day, how education is changing lives. And for Ellucian, in our 10-year anniversary, we just want to play a role and be part of that, and the part of success for every institution, their students, administration, and their faculty.
100%.
Lindsay, thank you for coming off mute and agreeing with that comment. Appreciate it.
Lindsay's voice changed too. And Joe, it's going to be so cool to have you guys there, just capturing these moments, especially in our 10th anniversary celebration. So please travel safely, and we'll look forward to seeing you on site.
Well, Laura, I promised I wouldn't give you any curveballs, but before I let you go, I'm going to break that promise,
Okay.
and I'm going to give you just a little bit of. I guess I didn't really promise. I just said I wouldn't, but now I'm going to go back on my word.
Go for it.
Just for a second, and we do a little thing here at the EdUp Experience since we changed our format called. This is Higher Ed Word Association with your contestant Laura Ipsen. Here she is.
Looks like we have a new challenger.
This is where I give you a word, Laura, and you give me word or phrase, and you give me the first set of words or phrases that come to your mind. Okay,
right.
You ready?
Yep.
Educational technology.
Ellucian, Ellucian, Ellucian.
See, I feel like that was a meatball, but that's okay. Ellucian Live plus the EdUp Experience.
Oh, that's another word phrase.
Yeah, that's my phrase. That's fine. What you got to give me the first words that come to your mind.
EdUp rocks it every day. Can't wait for Denver.
What is my big takeaway coming to Ellucian Live? What do I expect?
You're going to have fun. You're going to learn about the future, and we're going to deliver the future now together, Joe. It's all about
Deliver the future now. I thought you were going to stop, but you kept going. So finish up.
deliver the future now. It's really about all of us in this community, and what a powerful time that we live in to have an impact. So really excited to see you there.
No one ever said my timing was perfect, Laura. That's why.
It's
that's
okay.
Why we do them live. It's a train. We like train wrecks every now and then. The guest is always perfect, and I'm always a wreck. So it equals out in the end.
No way. You do such an amazing job. And thank you for giving back to our community, Joe.
I will tell you guys, Ellucian.com/Ellucian Live. Do not miss your chance to register. Come in person if you can. If you can't, do the hybrid version. You're still going to have fun. You're still going to get the Future Now insights that Laura and her team are putting together. You're going to see us on social. You're going to see Ellucian on social media. Don't let the messaging pass you by, guys. This is like a once-in-a-year opportunity. It's time for us to get back together and enjoy each other and the insights that we've missed standing together over the water cooler and coffee for the last couple of years. And Laura, you and your team to put together this event, it's such an honor to be there. And I know our community is so thankful that you guys are putting this on.
Well, listen, we're thankful for the participation, and everybody needs to show up in Denver. We'll see you April 10th through the 13th with our kickoff day 1 on the 11th. See you guys there.
There she is, ladies and gentlemen. Her name is Laura Ipsen, and she's president and CEO of Ellucian, and she's going to be in Denver Live, so am I. You've just EdUp'd. It's time to go live at Ellucian Live 2022 in Denver, Colorado, April 10th through 13th at the Denver Convention Center. Discover the innovative solutions, transformative insights, and strong connections to help you lead through change. Register at Ellucian.com/Ellucian Live and catch Elvin and I recording on site live. We can't wait to see all of you. It's time.